There's no more.
Ladies and gentlemen, it was at this point in our story where Mr. Charles Dickens laid down his pen forever. And so, this is all we shall ever know for sure about the mystery of Edwin Drood. Tonight, however, in the confines of this humble theatre, we shall seek to solve, resolve, and conclude the mystery of Edwin Drood! Now, ladies and gentlemen, there is one question we can answer immediately, for it has little to do with the plot at hand. You see, many literary experts believe that Dick Datchery is in fact someone whom we've already met. A character from Act 1 who is roaming Cloisterham disguised as Dick Datchery. Now, some of you have already guessed that Dick Datchery is played thus far by our own Miss Alice Nutting. But this does not mean that Dick Datchery and Edwin Drood are the same person. Oh, no, far from it. Well, you see, the reason for Miss Nutting's portrayal of Drood and Edwin is that, well, she was contracted for 2 acts of our play. And our management believes in an honest week's work for an honest day's pay. Which brings us to our next question. Is Edwin Drood dead or alive? Now, Mr. Charles Dickens experimented with many different titles for our play. For example,
The Loss of Edwin Drood. The Flight of Edwin Drood.
The Disappearance of Edwin Drood.
but nowhere the death or murder of Edwin Drood. Now, some might say that a mystery without a murder is no mystery at all. But, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we shall ask you to vote on key questions as to the outcome of our plot. But, in a dangerously democratic move, the Music Hall Royale has decided to grant our company one question each night for they themselves to answer. And so, my fellow acolytes of the Thespianic persuasion, your question shall be tonight. Mr. Throttle.
Is Edwin Drood dead or alive? Now, Miss Nutting, who has a vested interest in the outcome, will kindly turn her back to the card. Gentlemen, ladies, as your whim takes you this evening, those of you who believe Edwin Drood is dead, please raise your hands now. Thank you. And those who believe Edwin Drood is alive, please do the same. Thank you.
Right. I believe you've snuffed it, Miss Nutting. And by a vast majority, I fear. Our next question, Mr. Throttle.
Who is Dick Datchery?
Ah, well, we can now safely eliminate Edwin Drood from that consideration, for our cast has rendered him dead for the remainder of the evening.
Dead? Ha! And a bloody ha! Ha! You absolute, envious little shits! It is obvious to everyone here that I am Datchery, and it's even more transparent that this petty, jealous cast bitterly resents all the attention that I have received in the local press. Goodbye, all!
Well, she's finally gone! You have no idea the week we've had with her. First, the dressing room was too small. Then her mustache was too long. I told her she was splitting hairs. Please yourselves. Well, then she wouldn't even sing her own songs. She said she was too good for us. Ladies and gentlemen, I must apologize for this bit of unpleasantry, in what you'll agree has been an otherwise flawless evening. But I must point out, for the benefit of our cast and for our story, that many literary experts disagree with Miss Nutting's contentions that Edwin Drood and Dick Datchery are in fact the same person. For you see, there are many candidates for the role of Dick Datchery. I give you Helena Landis. About her, never revealed in Act 1.
In desperation,
Helena tried on more than one occasion to flee his cruel and miserly hand, even disguising herself as a boy.
A hit! A palpable hit. But is it a meaningful thrust or a misdirection? For you see, wouldn't Helena Landless be weary of following John Jasper under the given circumstances?
Not under any circumstances.
But the candidates hardly end there. What say you of Basil?
Oh, dearly love the theatrical world, but there are many cities beyond the proscenium. I long to play a larger part.
Who more likely to don such melodramatic garb and steal the spotlight? Why else did Mr. Dickens create his character at all?
From my earliest remembrances, I have been secret and revengeful.
Who more likely to investigate the disappearance of Edwin Drood than he who was most suspected of foul play? Or is there another willing to clear Neville's name?
Neville has been entrusted to my care.
The Reverend Mr. Crisparkle, whose passions are hidden under his clerical garb. Does he don the disguise of Dick Datchery just to save the child who has been his charge and responsibility all along? Then, I give you the most intriguing possibility of Rosa.
Rosa!
Have we seriously underestimated this woman child? Did she herself investigate the disappearance of her beloved Edwin Drood? Looks can be deceiving.
I'll say.
Well, there are a few characters whom we can eliminate from that consideration. Datchery is not John Jasper, the Princess Papa, Turtles, the Deputy, and my own Mayor Thomas Sapsey. For you see, they have had scenes with Datchery and have been found to be in his company. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the following candidates for the role of Dick Datchery. And may I suggest we vote in the way it has been done in amateur theatrical contests. As the handkerchief passes over each suspect, pray applaud for your favorite in the role of Dick Datchery. But remember, ladies and gentlemen, there are other questions we must consider. Soon we shall ask you who is the murderer of Edwin Drood. So for God's sakes, don't just pick your distant cousin, or any other relative for that matter. Mr. Throttle, if you please.
The tempestuous Miss Helena Landless. All the way from Ceylon, Mr. Neville Landless. The lovely Miss Rosa Bart. The vastly underrated Mr. Bassett. The ecstatic ecclesiastic Reverend Crisparkle.
Right, I believe, Rosa, you are Datchery tonight. And so, please, make a quick change of costume. For I see there are many in the audience ready for your endeavor. Right, this way, dear. And so, ladies and gentlemen, there are more serious matters we must. Miss Nuffy. Ladies and gentlemen, this type of behavior is due entirely to upbringing. Her mother and father were in the iron and steel business. Mother irons, father steels. Oh, you didn't like that? Well, how about this one? She was previously known as the orthopedic soprano. She sang in all the joints. Well, try this one out. She previously worked in the pub called the Cock and Comfort. Not much comfort, but plenty of... Oh, so that's the mood we're in tonight. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's be serious. We must now find a killer, a culprit, a fiend. In short, the murderer of the late, lamented title character Edwin Drood. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as we take our prey this evening, here I give you the most obvious candidate for the role of villain, Mr. Clyde Paget as Mr. John Jasper. Ladies and gentlemen, do you not know that here at the Music Hall Royale, we boo and hiss the villain? Boo! It's too late for that. We're going to have to do it all over again. We're gonna stay here until we get it right.